What's up, y'all? We're back with another reaction video. Today, we are going to be reacting to his story shorts, not videos. Let's get right into it, y'all. I'll be right back.
Crumpled bill.
What's up, y'all? I'm back. Just had to set up the screen recording. Let's get right into it, y'all. First video, or the first short we're going to be reacting to is The Rat Saved My Life. Alright, y'all. Let's get right into it.
For my overpriced New York rent, when I noticed a rat on my kitchen floor, staring directly at me. I took off my shoe to kill it, but I froze because it didn't run. It scurried to the stove and started squeaking like crazy, like it was trying to tell me something. I raised my shoe, and it threw itself at the stove crack, desperate to reach something back there. I lowered my shoe, because I've seen rats my whole life, but I'd never seen one act like this. What did it want? I crept to the stove to investigate, and my nostrils flared. Gas, hissing from the crack behind it, and the rat circled faster, squealing. Was it showing me the leak? The apartment was filling fast, and one spark, a light switch, anything, would blow the whole place. My hands shook as I grabbed the shutoff valve, but it was rusted solid and wouldn't move. The fumes burned down my throat until the room tilted, so I dialed 911. They yelled, "Get out now! A leak that size could blow any second." Every breath made me dizzier as I stumbled for the door, but the rat was still there, throwing itself at the stove, and I couldn't leave it to die when it just saved my life. So I scooped it up and ran, but my elbow caught the light switch. I heard the spark before I felt the heat on my back. I clutched the rat to my chest and dove, and the explosion hurled me into the hallway as flames tore through everything I owned. Moments later, I woke up on the hallway floor, the rat somehow still pressed to my chest, both of us.
Okay, y'all. One thing I have to say about this video is this is completely never gonna happen. Even if you're in a hotel and there's a one-way door to the switch, and even if you hit the switch, not immediately it's gonna go off. It's gonna take a few seconds to light. Anyways, y'all, this video is just not real, and obviously it's not real. It's animated, but his story could do a little bit better on it. And it doesn't matter if you're in a hotel, it doesn't matter if the door's closed or open. You will the whole hotel will catch on fire, because if it's one, it's the other. It's not just going to be one stove in the hotel. The whole hotel would have to have a gas leak. And plus, even if it was just one stove, it would burn the whole entire hotel down. It would catch fire on the carpet. Especially the carpet. That's very flammable. Anyways, y'all, let's get right into the video.
Breathing. Firefighters rushed past me, shut off the gas, and yanked the burnt stove away from the wall. One of them gasped, and everyone stopped to look down. Behind the stove sat a huge block of cheese, melted and black around the edges from the explosion. The rat squirmed out of my hands and darted to the cheese, devouring the whole block with his hands pressed on it, and it finally clicked. The rat never saved my life. It just wanted the cheese stuck behind that stove, while the apartment I couldn't afford turned to ash. But then a firefighter picked it up, stupid rat, and chucked it out the window as it squealed. I was counting crumpled bills for my overpriced New York rent when I noticed a rat on my kitchen floor, staring directly at me.
Alright, y'all. So I just told you my opinion about the video. The last few seconds are just freaking goofy, y'all. It was like, okay. So then why is the video called The Rat Saved My Life? Shouldn't it be The Cheese Saved My Life? Am I wrong? Or am I right? Comment down below if I'm wrong. Anyways, let's go right to the next short.
I shot up to snooze my annoying alarm for the 10th time that morning when I looked at the clock and suddenly realized my math final was about to start in 10 minutes. I thought I was screwed until a His Stories video notification popped up. The caption read, "Subscribe and something good will happen." I laughed, why not, and subscribed. I immediately ran outside with 7 minutes left. I knew if I took my regular route, I'd be cooked. I looked around at the roofs and knew parkour was my only chance. I climbed up the nearest ladder and made it to the top of the roof. Okay, Okay, his stories. Pull through for me. I stared at the rooftop gap and jumped, but it took all my strength to actually land. And when I stood back up, my knees were already bleeding. But I crouched into a lunge and got ready to keep going, because if I missed the final, my mom would kill me anyway. I ran at the next gap, and this time I cleared 2 rooftops and started laughing like an idiot because I'd just discovered a cheat code. And when there was 60 seconds left until the final, I finally landed on the school building. I walked into class while the teacher was giving out the tests, and I should have just sat down and started writing. But my thumb was already building one more account because I had to know what subscribing to his stories again would do. As soon as I hit the subscribe button, the intercom crackled. Attention students, a pipe burst overnight. School is closed today. My classmates screamed, "How is this possible?" I showed them my phone. It's all thanks to his stories. Good luck comes to whoever subscribes to him. Subscribe and find out for yourself. I shot up to snooze my...
I mean, y'all heard it. Whoever subscribes to his story gets good luck. I mean, I just subscribed. As y'all can see, I'm subscribed. I just subscribed. So, will I get new subscribers today? Will I get more views on this video today? I don't know. Y'all should go subscribe to his story. Maybe y'all can get some good luck. Anyways, we got 18 more shorts to go through. I don't think I told y'all, but we're doing 20. We already went through 2. Let's get right to the next one.
I was babysitting for the richest family in LA when the mom called, grab my daughter and run to the safe room, now. And before I could ask anything, the front door slammed open. Her mom was still on the phone. The safe room is hidden in the living room. Pull the red book on the shelf. Do not come out until I call you again. I grabbed Emily and yanked the red book. The shelf swung open and I pulled Emily inside with no idea of what would happen next. The window was a one-way glass, so I could see them, but they couldn't see us. I put an index finger over my lips. Shh, she nodded silently. 3 men sneaked in wearing all black, eyes darting around the room. The mom texted, "Keep silent, or they will kill you both." They went through every drawer, while a man peered into the watch collection worth thousands of dollars and didn't take a thing. Whatever they'd broken in for, it wasn't money. Then his hand slid along our bookshelf, searching for a hidden lever. I put my hand over Emily's mouth and held my breath until it moved on. Then the man stopped dead in the hallway, and he whispered, "Layla." He searched the room desperately. "Layla, baby, where are you?" I froze in confusion. Who were they looking for? Emily's head came off my chest, and she whispered, "Daddy." My phone lit up again. "Do not open that door." I pressed my face to the glass, and the man searching for her was crying. Emily started screaming, "Daddy, we're in here!" and clawing at the door. She tugged on my sleeve. "Open it!"
Wait. Hold on. Isn't the little girl's name Emily? Why did he call her Layla? And why does she look like Michael Jackson before the nose surgery, but his jawline after? Y'all, that's crazy. Michael Jackson looking at. Anyways, let's get right back into it.
"Please!" I pulled the latch, and Emily ran into his arms. The man dropped to his knees and held her. "Layla, my Layla, I've got you, I've got you." He turned to me and put his hand on my shoulder. "This family kidnapped Layla a year ago and carried her across the state. I've been looking for her ever since." I gasped. That safe room was never built to keep danger out. It was built to keep Layla in. I was babysitting for the richest family in LA when the mom called, grab my daughter and run to the safe room, now. And before I could ask anything, the front...
Okay, y'all. That video was a decent video. That's something that could actually happen. And something that probably does happen a lot. Anyways, y'all, we have 17 more shorts to go. Let's get into the next one.
My engine died in the middle of an empty road while there was nobody around, so I simply looked down and...
Why are you driving a tractor on a main road? Anyways, let's get back.
Cranked the ignition until my tractor came back to life, but then red and blue lights immediately lit up behind me. An officer stormed up to my window, red in the face, shouting, "Why were you..."
As he should. Why are you riding a tractor on a main road?
Going 130 miles per hour. The speed limit is 80. I laughed at first and pointed to my tractor's speedometer.
Never mind, he pulled him over for the wrong reason. And what the heck are you talking about? I don't even think the fastest tractor in the world can go 180 or whatever he said miles an hour. Like, what? Bro, this guy's stupid.
Officer, this thing tops out at 40, but he pulled out a speed camera that takes your photo and measures your speed. It showed me in my tractor 130 miles per hour underneath in red. My stomach dropped. Your thing is broken. Look at what I'm driving. But he shook his head and slid the camera back into his belt. The camera doesn't lie. He yanked my door open and dragged me down onto the road. I stumbled as he spun me around and clicked the cuffs around my wrists. I screamed. I wasn't speeding. I'm driving a 40-year-old tractor, but he was already pinning me against the hood of his cruiser. That's when I heard an engine rumble behind us. A guy on a superbike yanked off his helmet. What?
This goofy ass cop really pulls. His knowledge is so. Yo. How many brain cells does this dude have? Obviously, it's like under 2, right? Like under 2, under 3. Bro. Are you. Is your mind located in your butt crack? Cuz. What, like. Huh? What? This guy does not know anything. Did he go to school? Is he? Does he have a degree? I mean, he should. Because he's a police officer. So, like, what? Anyways, let's get back.
What's going on here? The officer replied, none of your business. But the biker calmly asked, are you arresting him for going 130? The officer's face shifted. How do you know that? The biker pointed at the officer's dash cam in his windshield. Because I know what actually happened. Check the footage. The officer huffed and ripped the dash cam off the mount with me still cuffed beside him. The three of us watched me in my tractor, hunched over cranking my ignition. That's when a superbike drove past me in the video. The same superbike this biker was on. It had driven so fast, the speed camera couldn't photograph it in time. It clocked the speed of the bike at 130, but took a photo of my tractor, so it looked like I was the one going 130. The officer went pale as he realized I was innocent. The biker shrugged. I turned around.
Still, you should know a tractor doesn't go 130 miles an hour. Get a better speed camera, buddy. And biker, what are you doing? He could have won that argument. Like, obviously, it doesn't go 130. Why are you coming back to a guy that has a tractor? Why are you coming back in the first place?
My engine died.
You don't have to take the blame. Why are you doing that? Anyways, y'all, I accidentally skipped it, so.
Speed camera couldn't photograph it in time. It clocked the speed of the bike at 130, but took a photo of my tractor, so it looked like I was the one going 130. The officer went pale as he realized I was innocent. The biker shrugged. I turned around when I saw you pull him over. I can't let an innocent man get blamed for something I did. The officer fumbled the cuffs off my wrists.
Again, he wouldn't get blamed because he's riding a tractor, you freaking doo-doo-doo! Oh my gosh.
And spun toward the biker. I admire your honesty, but you were speeding. Put your hands behind your back. But the biker just laughed. Catch me if you can, buddy. He threw up 2 fingers and sped off before the officer could take a single step. My engine died in the middle of an empty road.
Okay, never mind. Biker 1, cop 0. Let's move on.
My boy poked at his bag and whispered, don't freak out, but I got my flamethrower past airport security. I choked on my ginger ale because the plane had just taken off, and I had no idea what to do with this information. How? He tipped his bag open just enough to show the nozzle. He made air quotes with his fingers. The tank is empty, he chuckled, and the label says not a flamethrower, so I declared it as exactly that.
Alright, y'all, I'll be right back.
My head tipped forward. Huh, there's no...
Alright, y'all, we're back. I just wanted to check how many videos we watched. We have watched 5. There is 15 more videos to go. Let's go.
And the label says not a flamethrower, so I declared it as exactly that. My eyes widened and my head...
Why are you bringing a flamethrower on a plane? What the hell is wrong with you? It's a flamethrower. I don't care if it says not a flamethrower or a flamethrower. If it shoots flames out of the thrower, it's a flamethrower. Yeah. Is he retarded, bro? Cause he is I have no words, y'all. Let's get right into it.
Tipped forward. Huh, there's no way that worked. He zipped it shut. Relax. I'm gonna try it out before we land.
Exactly. There's no way it works. And why are you trying it out on the plane? You're gonna get arrested! Bro! Are you stupid? You're gonna get arrested! Like I said! And it's not going past security. They check your bags. They have a scanner. Stupid video and stupid kid.
Before I could react, he was already flagging down the air hostess. Excuse me, can I get some Oreos? For free. She just stared at him. No, they're $4. He grinned. Are you sure about that decision that you're making? Her face didn't move. Yes, he pulled his backpack onto his lap. Let me show you something that might change.
I swear on my life, if he's about to threaten an air attendant, or I don't even know what they're called, but like, you are getting arrested. You're not getting arrested, buddy. You're cooked. It's GG's. It's over. You're done. Cuffs on you. Video over. My prediction.
Your mind. The nozzle poked out of the bag, and I didn't know if the flamethrower tank was actually empty or not, so I smacked it out of his hands and screamed, "He has a weapon!" An air marshal flattened him into the aisle, and the grin never left his face. The pilot...
Why are you still grinning, you freaking idiot? Oh my god. Okay, his story, thank you for saying that. Smart thing to do. Really smart thing. Because if they know you're on the plane with him, they could think that you're with him. So smart thing to do, his story. And even if they find that out after you did that, they can't do nothing because you helped them. Anyways, let's get back into it.
Immediately announced, "We're making an emergency landing. Everyone brace for landing." The marshal held my boy down while the plane tilted, and 10 minutes after takeoff, the plane was rolling back to the gate with feds already waiting on the tarmac. We walked out, and on the tarmac, a TSA supervisor turned it over and read the label twice. The tank is empty. Label says not a flamethrower. Legally, it's not a weapon. He handed it back to my boy, and for a second, I breathed a sigh of relief, until he reached into his pocket and took out a marshmallow that had a toothpick sticking out of it. He held it in front of the flamethrower, and a 10-foot cone of fire swallowed the nearest luggage cart. Every Fed hit the deck while he stood there holding it. My bad. There's like a little left in the tank. 3 agents dogpiled him, and as they cuffed him, he twisted toward me. Told you I was gonna try it out, and I still want those Oreos. My boy poked at his...
Okay, y'all. Why is his story supposed to get out of the car or the airplane? As soon as he gets out, the airplane is taking off again. They're not waiting for the air marshals to say nothing. It's obviously a flamethrower, even if it says on the label, not a flamethrower. Even the cops are retarded. They said, "Oh yeah, it's not a flamethrower because it's not a flamethrower and the tank is empty." Well, obviously the tank's not empty because he set a marshmallow on fire, you doo-doo. How about check the tank better? Oh yeah, man, it's not a flamethrower, it's not a weapon. Bro, stupid cops.
Bag and whispered, "Don't freak out," but I got my flamethrower past airport security. I walked into the living room at 2 a.m., and my granddad was crying with a Call of Duty controller in his hands. He was alone in the dark with his headset on crooked, and his soldier was facing...
Yo, did he lose? No! Wait, was there like 2 people left? Yo, if there was, that's so sad, bro. Nah, gang, I want to dab him up so bad right now. Yo, I feel you.
Down in the mud of a World War II map. The chat was blowing up with messages. "Grandpa's a bot. Go back to bingo." He turned to see me standing there in the doorway, and I whispered, "Granddad, what are you doing?" His voice cracked. "Ever since you started playing this game, you never want to spend time with me anymore. I figured if I got good at it, we'd have something to talk about." My heart broke, but before I could...
That's why you're crying? Not because you lost? Because you want to... Okay, bro. Why is everyone in these videos retarded? Oh, no offense to autistic people, but
spawned, a kid's voice squeaked live through the headset. Yo, Grandpa, nursing homes got better aim than you. I dragged a chair next to him and straightened his crooked headset.
Nursing homes can't aim. Do-do-do.
More game. Do exactly what I say. His hands shook through the loading screen, so I put...
Take the remote. Click the shooting button. Game over. You win. That easy.
My hand on his shoulder, crouched behind the sandbags and pre-aimed the door. He dropped the first German through our doorway, and the shaking stopped. I've done this before, son. The real war, before any of these kids were even born. He grabbed the mic like a field radio, and the polite old man vanished. Germans in the church tower, same stupid trick in every war. The kid saw my granddad was winning and tried to laugh it off. Bro, that's aim assist. But granddad talked right over him. In my day, we called that aiming. The last 3 Germans pushed at once, and a shot clipped him, the screen edges flashing red. I opened my mouth to call the next move, but he lifted one hand and waved.
Nah, get it, Grandpa. Get it, Grandpa. Hey, get it, Grandpa. Get it, Grandpa. Hey, get it, Grandpa. Get it, Grandpa. Hey, get it, Grandpa.
Me quiet. My heart slammed against my ribs. He swung the corner, dropped one through the window, one on the stairs, and the last point blank as victory slammed across the screen. He shot up with both fists in the air and leaned into the mic. Who's the bot now? The chat sat frozen for 5 seconds before one message crawled up. GG old man. They spent all night calling him a bot. They just got farmed by a man who did it with a real rifle. He dropped back into his seat and hit Wiki before I could speak. One more game, kid. I grabbed the second controller, and it was the most time we'd spent together in years. I walked into the living room at 2 a.m.
Okay, y'all. That was a wholesome story. Get it, Grandpa. Get it, Grandpa. Hey, get it, Grandpa. Get it, Grandpa. Hey. Anyways, let's move on.
I was alone on shift when a man stormed in with a gun. My eyes widened, and I recognized him instantly because he was a regular customer. I shoved the register drawer shut, but he just stood there and burst into tears. I knew that whatever he came...
Really? Crying? With a shotgun? Are you serious? And what do you mean regular? There's no way someone goes to the same gas station every day. I mean, maybe, but I never heard of anyone who does that. Comment down below if your parents or anyone has ever done that.
It wasn't money. Sir, is everything okay? I spoke slowly to de-escalate the situation. He jammed the barrel an inch from my nose. You're going to tell me why nobody wants to be my friend. His finger trembled on the trigger.
How is he supposed to know that? Maybe because you're ugly. Maybe because you're crazy. I mean, you're showing it right now. And cause if he's putting it to my face, I'm standing there like I'm doing this. No, you're not getting me. Look, this is all you gotta do. Move your head this way. That easy. Cuz. Smash him in the face. Smash him in the face. Smash him in the face. Don't care if he's a regular. Oh yeah. I'll answer this question real quick. Maybe because you're crazy. You have a gun to my face asking me a problem that I don't give a crap about. Okay? So get the hell out of my store and go someplace else before I call the cops. Aight? Or just do this. Smack him in the face. Anyways, let's get back into it.
And his body was shaking. I do everything for everybody. Why does nobody like me? Why don't I have any friends? Tell me. I gently laid my hand on top of the gun. I know what it feels like to be lonely. I'm happy to talk about it, but please lower the gun. He nodded like he understood and handed it to me. It wasn't even loaded. I just needed somebody to give me an answer. I put the gun away and came around the counter, but nothing could have prepared...
Click the red button behind the counter to call the cops. No one cares if it's not loaded. You threatened someone. I don't care if I know you or not. You're going to jail. Oh my gosh, bro. I swear, it's like a try not to rage bait video or something.
Me for what happened next. Joe, Can I be honest with you? We locked eyes, and I put my hand on his shoulder. It's not that people don't like...
Joe, you're crazy. You need to see someone. Go to a mental hospital, because you are mental.
you. They're just scared of you. He gasped. Why? I pointed at the broken door that he cracked after finding out we raised the prices of eggs. I glanced at the shelf he knocked over earlier that day when we'd run out of Twizzlers. You're an extremely violent person. He walked out without saying a word, and I was sure I'd never see him again. But the next day, he walked in with...
So if he does this every day, why hasn't he been banned yet? Especially for breaking a window? That's like at least $500 to fix it. Get out my store! Who do you think you are? Anyways, let's get back into it.
The red stress ball, and when he put his groceries on the counter, I insisted on paying for them. That's what friends are for. He hugged the bag like it was gold. See you tomorrow. I was alone on shift when a man stormed in with a gun. My eyes widened, and I recognized...
I mean, or you could just be nice to him. I mean, I didn't really know the situation. But I guess that's easier. I mean, if you don't want to fight, scaredy cat. Anyways, let's see to the next video.
My best friend pointed at the crane wrecking ball in our school's...
Alright, y'all. This will be the last video. I know I said 20 videos. We will do a part 2 next time. So, actually, we're going to do 2 more videos. This one and then another one. And then we're done, y'all. We will have a part 2. And it will be coming out soon. This one's coming out today. So, the day that you see it, or the day that I post it, is the day that I did it. We're same day delivery here, y'all. Let's get into it.
Hilton said, I bet the keys are still in it. Our principal had brought this to knock down an old shed. I laughed, nah man, but Braden was...
Shut up. Actually.
Already climbing the fence. I had no choice but to follow him, and my jaw dropped as I saw the key.
No, you had a choice. To go tell someone, or grab him by the leg, and say no. Are you mental? Go play on the playground, Braden.
It's right there. Braden climbed in. Time to go Miley Cyrus on this bitch. He immediately grabbed the level, and the giant wrecking ball swung at me. I panicked and jumped.
Okay, y'all. That was the lamest. Actually, that was not Braden. You're. I can't even say anything about that because like that was like no, it was a perfect thing to say.
Back, but Braden swung again. I
screamed,
I'm not
like
letting
a
you
wrecking ball.
climbed in, pushing Braden away as he fell out, still laughing. Your turn, ball boy. I swung and immediately lost control. The wrecking ball began swinging way further than I meant, and Braden started shaking on the ground because the ball was moving.
Find the key. Turn it off. Stop swinging the wrecking ball. Hello? Stop swinging the wrecking ball, buddy.
Unpredictably, and he could actually be hit. I screamed, Miley Cyrus help, and pushed random buttons, but then the wrecking ball slammed into the science wing. A giant hole.
Okay, bro. His story, Miley Cyrus joke is old.
Instantly formed in the wall, and the alarm started blaring. I gripped my head, panicking because I knew we'd be arrested for this. So I hopped out and screamed, run! But then Braden grabbed my...
My bad, but I don't think our school has an alarm for a wall breaking, and on the alarm it said fire. Do we see a fire in the school anywhere? Do we? There's no fire. Why is the fire alarm going off?
Shoulder. Dude, wait! He grinned and pointed at the wall I'd smashed, and my stomach sank. A man we didn't recognize was lying unconscious under a pillar of rubble
Oh
on the
my
science lab, surrounded by tin cans. The latch on the ceiling was open, and Braden yelled, I told you that weird noise was someone living in the ceiling. He ran towards the man, and I ran as well, but when we got to him, my eyes widened. I recognized this man as someone on America's Most Wanted list. I pulled out my phone, and his face matched. $250,000 reward, and me and Braden had found him by destroying the science wing. We instantly instantly called the cops because he was still breathing, and when they arrived, they cuffed him and brought us in too. Me and Braden got the $250,000 on the spot. 40 of it went to the school.
40,000 went to the school. I mean, now I can't say nothing. I mean, thanks, Braden. Thank you, Braden. Or should I say thank you for doing the Miley Cyrus on that dude's chin. Thank you, Braden.
To repair the wall, and we did 300 hours of community service. But the principal still had to shake our hands in front of the whole school and thank us for destroying his wall. This is for solving a 15-year case. He put a medal around.
As he should. As he should.
Mine and Braden's neck. I kissed my medal. Thank you, Miley Cyrus. My best friend pointed at the...
Hey, or who's the dude that invented the wrecking ball? Nah, you should say thank you to that dude. Anyways, let's get to the next one. Our last one.
Those are not search results.
My dog Bruno accidentally placed his paws on my mouse and logged me onto a sketchy website I'd never seen. I instantly shooed him away, worried about viruses, but then I got an email that made me stop. You win a full tour of the most advanced...
What kind of sketchy website? What are you talking about?
Science lab in the country. The sender had a verified check, so I trusted it and arrived at the lab next morning. My heart pounded, still unsure if this was some elaborate scam. But when I pulled the lab doors open, a scientist was frantically slamming buttons on a giant tank. Hey, I'm here for the tour. He instantly spun around. Oh, this is actually good. You're gonna help me, kid. He pointed at the empty tank. The AI clone I made of myself escaped. He malfunctioned, and he's evil. We need to find him. I backed away, thinking he was crazy, but then a note manifested itself inside the tank. I see everything, Sambucha, including that kid with you. Come to the warehouse with a hard drive of your memory.
Sambucha? They put Sambucha in one of the videos? Sambucha's not crazy though. Why would he make a clone of himself? Anyways.
Or else. A picture of my dog Bruno locked in a warehouse was right there. My stomach turned as I realized this was real. An evil AI robot had kidnapped my dog. I went to call police, but Sambucha replaced the phone in my hands with a laser gun. Then he strapped us to a drone before I could protest. My hands trembled on the laser's trigger as I accidentally cut a table in two. But he laughed. Don't worry, kid. He won't hurt your dog. We took off before I could say I was scared of heights. And though I wanted to scream, I closed my eyes and told myself I was doing this for Bruno. But then the drone spluttered. Sambucha yelled, "Crap! AI me is interrupting the signal," and we started crashing. We slammed into the bushes. I got up holding my head in pain, but then Sambucha smiled. We're at the warehouse. We crept inside, and my legs instantly went numb. Bruno was locked in a cage and not moving. Me and Sambucha began sprinting towards him, but that's when AI Sambucha stepped out. My stomach dropped because they looked so alike. This was some sci-fi shit I only saw in movies. I immediately raised my laser gun to shoot him, but Sambucha placed his hand on my barrel. Wait, he turned to his clone in tears. "You're me. Why are you doing this?" The clone smirked. "I'm not you, Sambucha. I'm Bamsucha, and I'm going to destroy everything you built." Bamsucha turned towards Bruno. "Now give me the hard drive, Sambucha, or else." I saw him pulling something from his pocket and knew I had to act. I raised my laser gun towards a rack of gorilla couches right above Bamsucha, and with shaking hands pulled the trigger. The red laser burned through the chain, and a gorilla couch started tumbling down. Bamsucha looked up just in time to see a 600-pound gorilla couch falling on him. The couch crashed, and I immediately ran and popped Bruno's cage open. I pressed my ear against Bruno's chest and breathed. He's just asleep. I carried him to the gorilla couch, where Bamsucha's head was sticking out from the bottom. Sambucha kicked Bamsucha's head. Another failed AI test. My dog Bruno accidentally placed his paws on my mouth.
Alright, y'all, that's all for today. Actually, the last one was my favorite one. So, let's do the outro. I'll be right back, y'all. Y'all, tell me what video we should do next. Comment down below what video we should do next. And thank y'all for tuning in with the one and only Christian Foster, yo. Anyways, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.